Hi, I'm Penny, and in this video, I'm going to demonstrate the project which is called Intelligent Customer Help Desk with Smart Document Understanding. I developed this project while doing an internship under SmartBridge. SmartBridge was a really great platform and they were really helpful. The mentors guided and helped us really well throughout this project. Now moving back to the project. In this project, we develop an intelligent chatbot. The typical customer care chatbot can only answer simple questions like store locations, hours, directions, general greetings, and maybe even booking appointments. But when a question is asked by the user which is outside its scope of answering, the chatbot directs the user to the customer care representative. But in this project, we'll develop an intelligent chatbot which will try to answer most of the queries of the user. So when it's asked product related questions, the chatbot answers by passing the question to the Watson Discovery service. Now this is the overview of our project, like a flowchart. Then this is divided into three parts, mainly the user, cloud, and then the external part. So first the user sends his or her query in the form of text. It passes by this application, which is then connected to three main parts, which are the IBM CLoud Services. First Watson Assistant, then IBM Cloud Function, and then Watson Discovery. Watson Discovery can understand any document and it can develop a result based on the query of the user. So the training data is given to Watson Discovery. Discovery is interconnected to IBM Cloud Function via a webhook, and using this webhook, the IBM Cloud Function is interconnected with Watson Assistant. Then the Watson Assistant is integrated with Node-RED, which provides the user interface for a chatbot. So using all these services and applications, the chatbot gives the output to the user in the form of text. So for this, firstly we'll need an IBM Cloud account. This is my IBM Cloud dashboard, and from this we'll need four main services, which are Node-RED, Discovery, Assistant, and Cloud Function. This is my resource list, and I have Watson Discovery, Watson Assistant, Node-RED, and then IBM Cloud Function. Firstly, I'll take Watson Discovery. This is the Watson Discovery page and I'll have to launch it. After launching, I'll get this window. In this, we'll have to create a new data collection, and I've created a data collection called Owner's Manual. And in this, we can upload any user guide or manual or anything like that. And I've uploaded the Echo B3 user guide. This is the actual Echo B3 user guide. So I have uploaded this file and then I'll get this window. So initially in this window there will be only one document uploaded, and then we'll have to configure the data by clicking this option. So after clicking that, we'll get this page, and in this page we have to configure the data by coloring and splitting the entire document into various field labels like subtitles, titles, text, table of contents, and footer. And we'll color the entire document, and after that we'll apply changes to collection, and then we'll move to manage fields. In manage fields, we'll index the document based on many labels. So I've indexed it based on subtitle, text, and title, and then we'll have to split the document on each occurrence of subtitle or title or text or anything, and I've provided it as subtitle. And then we'll have to apply changes again, and we'll have to upload the file again. So after uploading it again, we'll get this page, and the number of documents will change to another number of documents. In this case, I've got 119 documents. Now I'll build my own query. I'll go to build your own query, and here I'll give a question. And when I run it, I'll give an output like this, which is the answer to the question. And now we'll move on to IBM Cloud Function. this is the IBM Cloud Functions page, and from this I'll have to go to Actions. So this is the action I created, which is named as Assistant Enhanced. I'll click this, and then we'll get a code, parameters, and endpoints. So this is the code, the Cloud Function code, and we have to provide many parameters from the Watson Discovery Service. The parameters are URL, API key, collection ID, configuration ID, and environment ID. All these values are from the Watson Discovery Service. And from endpoints, we'll have to enable it as web action, and we have to take note of this URL too, as it's needed later in the Watson Assistant service. Now if I invoke this, I'll get it as this. This is the invoked output. Now I'll go on to Watson Assistant. Now launching Watson Assistant, I'll get this page. This is the Assistants page. I have to go to Skills page. So this is a skill I have created, which is named as Customer Care Sample Skill Demo. I'll open this. And in this we have many options like intents, entities, dialog, options, etc. So these are the intents I've created in this skill. So these all are all the basic intents, which just provide the questions, like the basic questions like store hours, locations, booking appointments, general greetings, etc. Now for product related questions, I've created an intent called product information. And in this intent, I've given some questions, some causal questions, which are likely to be asked by the user based on the product. So I've added some 20 something questions to the user, to the product information, and then we'll go to options, and then take webhooks. Like I previously said to take note of this. Take note. Take note of this URL. This URL is to be provided here in this URL. This connects the Cloud Function webhook with a Watson Assistant. Now we'll go to dialog, and in dialog we'll give the answers which should be given as the output by the chatbot. So for the product related questions, and for the questions from the product information node, I've created a node called Ask About Product, and in this node I've included my webhook. And since I gave my webhook URL in the webhook option, it now says the your webhook URL is configured. So now it's integrated with the webhook, and then we'll give the key and value parameters, and then the assistant response. Now we'll customize this. The webhook option should be turned on, and then we click on apply. Then now we can try it out. So firstly I'll give some general greeting question. When I give hi, the chatbot responds hello. And now I'll try to give some product specific question. Now when I ask the chatbot how to start the heater, it gives an answer like this, which is the required answer. So next we have to go to the Node-RED. So in the Node-RED, I've created a flow like this. In this flow, I've used a form node, two function nodes, an assistant node, two text nodes, and a debug node. This form node is uh, used to give the basic structure of a user interface, and from my flow I get my structure of the user interface is like this. So this structure is given by the form node, and then there's two function node. Now the input given by the user is not in a form that is understandable by the assistant, so this function node is used to convert the user's query into a form that is understandable by the assistant. And then the uh, assistant node, which I've named as customer care, is linked with Watson Assistant by giving the workspace ID, which is a skill ID from the Watson Assistant, and then API key and service endpoints, which is the URL. And then from this customer care assistant node, it's linked to another function node. Now the output from the assistant node is not in a form that is understandable by us humans. So this function node converts the output from the assistant into a form that is understandable by us humans. And then there's two text node and a debug node. This debug node is used to display the input and output and everything. And then there's two text node. The first text node I have named it as U. So this U node will display the input by the user, and the second node is named as bot, and this node will display the output by the chatbot. Now to get our result, get our user interface, I'll have to deploy this flow. So I'll click on deploy, confirm deploy, and now it says successfully deployed. So now I'll copy the URL till .net. Okay, and then I'll open a new tab and then paste this link, and then I'll add UI to it and then press enter. Now this is our chatbot. This is how our chatbot looks like. Now I'll try giving it some questions. So firstly I'll give it a basic greeting question like hi, and then it responds hello, good evening, which is a really correct output. Then I'll give some basic questions like I asked it where are you located, and we'll get the output as we are located by Union Square, which is the correct output. Now I'll ask some product specific questions. Now I asked it how to start the heater, and then it responds with the correct output of how to start the heater. I'll try to give another question. So as you've seen, we get the required outputs. So I've got all the required and an appropriate answer for all the queries of the user. So this is the demonstration of my project, Intelligent Customer Help Desk with Smart Document Understanding. I thank SmartBridge for giving this wonderful opportunity to do this internship. So the mentors were very helpful, and all our doubts and queries were cleared at the right time, and they provided us with many webinars and Slack channels to interact with them and to help and to guide us well. So Thank you, Smart Bridge. I'm really thankful and grateful for being able to do this internship under Smart Bridge. Thank you, Smart Bridge, and thank you.